Hello, I'm Casey. I'm your fashion friend, your confidence cheerleader, your joy provider. I help inspire you with all things style, fashion, joy, and confidence. I post short, easy to digest advice videos to help you create a closet you love and get dressed with less stress. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe to my channel below so you don't miss out on anything. And let's get on with the show.
So today I'm going to talk about my fashion equation. And this is my personal fashion equation. I don't always follow it to a T, and you don't have to follow it to a T, but it's definitely great food for thought and a good starting place, and something to roll with. So I'm going to explain, how kind of I put together my outfits. So my fashion equation is classics plus pop plus X factor. Classics plus pop plus X factor. So let's explain those. So classics are classics, so they're your t-shirts, your jeans, your blouses that don't have anything too crazy about them. Maybe it's more neutral colors. Like I'm wearing this t-shirt dress right now. It's like a blousey t-shirt dress. I consider this a classic. So things that don't grab too much attention, things that can kind of mix and match with other things, those are going to be your classics. So if you look at my closet, I do have, sometimes some people look at my closet and think it's actually like not what they expected. That's maybe a little more boring because of the way I combine things. So I do have a lot of classics because they're very versatile. Second, you have your pops, right? So pops can be colorful patterned things, colorful shoes, or big bright colors of things. It could be a pattern, it could be a bright color, it could be something bold, something that when either you're shopping for it or when you look at it, you're like, oh, like either out of excitement, like, oh, that's really cool, like that's so super unique, or even something that might make you even a little scared, like, especially if you're beginning on your fashion journey, maybe it's like, oh my God, that purple, I don't know why today I'm using a lot of purple jacket, but I was like, purple jacket, oh, that's really bold. I don't know if I could pull that off. Or, those shoes are just really cool, but I don't know, they're like really like bold and bright, or that necklace looks too big or something. That's going to be your pops. And those are the things that if you have enough pops in your closet, it helps balance out your classics as well. So you're going to have your pops, and your pops can even be like heels if you don't normally wear heels a lot. It could even be, it could be anything that's just obviously kind of not a classic. A pop could even be like, say that this dress had interesting sleeves and an interesting cut that you don't see every day, or interesting ruffles or something like that. That can also be a pop. So it can also be a bright pair of pants or a patterned pair of pants. So I love to have a pop in an outfit. So those are going to be your pops. Your X factor is going to be kind of what it sounds like, an X factor. So it's going to be maybe a really short skirt, or really low cleavage, or it doesn't even be really low, but cleavage, or a full open back. So cleavage, short skirt, open back. It could even be like a see-through portion on your dress. Obviously X factor maybe might mean like, showing a little more skin. So your X factor could even be heels. It could even be heels, like if they're like this, these really extravagant, maybe platform heels, or something that, you kind of can categorize what they are. But that can also be an X factor, depending on like if that heel is really high maybe, or really platform, or just really what you would consider an X factor. So when you get dressed, I like to have a balance of all of these things. So I like to have classics, and then I mix in a few pops, and I normally do only one X factor, unless you're going out like dancing or something and you want to feel extra X factor, then maybe throw in 2 or 3. But normally on an everyday, what keeps things a little more interesting and still fashion and still classy, I like to stay a little classy, but that would be that you would only do one X factor. So that's how I normally do my outfits. So say today I'm wearing a t-shirt dress, and it's pretty basic black dress, except the bottom has like a little bit angular line that could be a pop if I wanted to consider it a pop. But then I have this necklace, and I have my more statement bracelets. I consider these all pops. And then I have my leopard loafers that are spiky and a little bit furry, and I consider this a pop. And then my X factor is the length of my dress for me today. So the length of my dress is a little shorter. And so that to me is my complete outfit. So, you know, depending on where I'm going today, like I'm gonna go to the store and then I'm gonna go out with some friends to dinner. And so I think one X factor is good. Say I'm going dancing at the club or whatnot. I might have a short skirt and a low back. Oh, another X factor is maybe like a midriff. So if I am going out and I want to get, you know, it's evening and I wear, a lot of times I have this outfit that I wear where it is a midriff, it's a pencil skirt, midriff, and the top is even like kind of long sleeves. So it's like, oh, X factor there, little midriff, but everything else is covered. I don't have low cleavage. Even my arms are covered, so it makes it still classy. If I was going out dancing, I might do a little bit low cleavage, midriff, maybe not a pencil skirt, maybe, you know, a shorter skirt, depends. So that's when you can include more X factors. So that is basically my fashion equation. Let me see if I can give you more examples. Okay, so say that I wear, say that you have a printed dress and it's maybe like a green, yellow printed dress. And then you're like, okay, that's gonna be my pop. Like I'm starting with my pop. Now let's do more of a classic with it. So maybe you have like a cardigan, like a long cardigan that you wanna wear with that. That would be amazing. What if it's like, even if we go back to our color theory and it doesn't have to completely match the dress, but just go with it. Maybe it's a purple long cardigan. So you have like a green, yellow dress and then a cool purple cardigan, like a long cardigan. That would be a great mix of a pop and classic. And then maybe your X factor, whatever it is, you know, maybe it's like low cleavage, or maybe it's, and you don't have to have an X factor, like no outfit even needs an X factor if you don't want that, but it's just to make it a little more edgy and a little more fashion sometimes, if that's like the way you want to go. So another thing, sometimes when I do like a midriff, I might have like a top and it's like maybe a loose flowing and it's midriff. I'll put, because I know that that's already like, you know, showing some skin, then I'll put some boyfriend jeans with it. And then I'll put some, and that's kind of your classic piece, you know, and then I'll put maybe some bright shoes and that will be my pop. So it's to think about all those different things. Obviously, if you want to do all classics on your body, you're more than welcome. But if you have all classics on and you're like, ooh, I just want to up my outfit just a little bit, what can I add as a pop? Whether it's jewelry, whether it's a bright shoe, whether it's a interesting jacket, like that's where I like to go a lot, is I have very like interesting jackets I like to add to my outfits. And that's when you can just start to see the balance, right? So say that you're wearing so much print or so much pop, and you have to ask like, and it might work, like it might totally work. But if you're looking for a certain balance, or if you're asking yourself, is this too much? Ask yourself, is there a classic piece in here? Is there a good balance into what I'm doing? So that's just Fashion Tip Friday, the equation of fashion, my own equation. I hope it gives you a starting point and food for thought into maybe some outfits that you can put together this weekend.